Salams, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Marriage, 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 marriage. Marriage is a relationship, and divorce is a pain in the. Okay, women can give their own adjectives for that. As we explained, in a divorce, both men and women suffer, but women get the short end of the stick. Women suffer more than men. Yes, men also suffer, but the majority of people who suffer more are the women. So in this series, I'm going to take the part of the woman. I'm also show compassion to men as well, but marriage is a relationship, divorce is a pain in the butt. But okay, and I explained in this book that I've written, marriage is a relationship. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. And then, as I explained, we'll be talking about M stands for money or mother-in-law, A stands for acceptance, R for respect. So every letter of the word marriage and a relationship is a chapter heading. So today we are talking about M for money or M for mother-in-law. So you all got your own stories about mother-in-law and money. So please keep on supporting me. Let me know your thoughts about marriage. What are your good things about marriage? Some of the bad experiences you've had with boyfriend and girlfriend. And in this one here, we're going to see how we can. This is mainly for couples who are not yet married or early in the marriage, or even if you're married for 10 years or 20 years. These are just lessons how we can polish up the marriage. Or if you're contemplating marriage, let's not make some of the mistakes in order. We try to avoid divorce. The whole point of this book is let's try and avoid divorce, because divorce is very painful. Okay, it can become very nasty. It can become very bitter. It can become very sour. And as we said, there were two wonderful people who got together, who saw each other, who loved one another, who had that wonderful look into their eyes, loved one another, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, they got married, and then two souls on fire, and before you know it, they were fighting and shouting with each other and pointing fingers. Okay, so M today stands for money and mother-in-law. So I'm not going to talk so much about the mother-in-law. You can tell me about your own mother-in-law stories. But the main thing I'm going to focus on today is on the concept of money. Money. Studies have shown that money is the primary cause in the majority of divorces. Money is number one. Even if you love your partner tremendously, when you have problems with money in your marriage, things can very quickly turn sour. In a survey done in America, 70% of couples who have been fighting over money. So I will do this over 2 episodes because money is such an important component. So in today's episode, I'll explain some of the problems caused by money. And in the next episode, please join me in the next episode. I will give you solutions as how to overcome these arguments about money. But let me just remind myself about this famous song by ABBA. You probably know the song. Listen to this. Okay, so we all know about money and the difficulties we have. Everyone, it's not that we're crazy about money. You need money for paying your rent, food on the table, petrol. Money makes the world go around. So I'm not talking about greed. I'm talking about even basic necessities. So let's get going. Numerous surveys and studies over the years have found that money is a primary source of conflict in marriages, and it can lead to divorce if the problem of money is not sorted out early in the marriage. A 2024 survey on stress in the United States. If you don't have money, it causes a tremendous amount of stress. As doctors, we see many patients who have stress, whether it's from COVID, but majority of cause of stress is money. People don't have money. It causes mental and emotional stress. It affects every part of your life. In the US, found that about 40% of Americans with families said money was a big source of tension in their household. And then the Harris poll for the American Institute of CPAs found that 70% of Americans who are married or living with a partner have had arguments and fights and disagreements over the past year over money, just about money. 70% of arguments is just about money. So if you're committed to a relationship, you and your partner owe each other a calm, honest communication. Communication is the key. To have a successful marriage, you must have communication. So when I say that marriage is a relationship of love, the word relationship means communication. Without effective communication, you're not going to have a good marriage. So the partners owe each other a calm, honest, and honest conversation about each other's finances, habits, goals, and anxieties. Money problems involve discussions in which the ego, many times people's ego come into play. Maybe the husband hasn't got a job, but the wife hasn't got a job, and the ego comes into play, and people start fighting and arguing to say, no, don't keep on nagging me. I'm looking for a job. I've sent my CVs in, and why are we spending so much? And now there's load shedding, less of the heaters and less of the air cons, and there's fights and arguments all the time. So money problems involve discussion in which ego, anxieties about control, and notions of marital roles will have to be checked. We'll have to discuss all of those things. If debt is an issue, sometimes you're owing people money and you can't sleep at night. Couples can employ various tools and strategies to fight off debt and get a better financial footing. So those are issues that must be discussed. Having kids changes everything. I mean, you're a new couple, you get married, before you know it, you got kids. You got now extra expenses for nappies, for baby powder, for childhood illnesses. You need a pram, you need a car seat, you need toys for the baby, you need storybooks you need to read for the baby, because reading is vitamin tonic for the brain. So I hope you're reading to your babies, and I hope the grandparents, are you reading to your babies? Hey, old man, sir, what is it? Meneer, you will yes, and your grandchildren. And meneer, mevrouw, please read to the children. Okay, mensa. And मेमन they say, ane pa panje bacche pe pa buku pa read karje, right? Couples who have trouble talking about money can seek out the help of a financial advisor or planner. But one problem comes in where the couple fail to pool their earnings together. Husband is earning, wife is earning. Instead of putting it in a joint account, this one spends what they want to, that one spends what they want to, this one pays their bills, that one pays the bill, or they split the bills, and that can lead to problems. When each spouse works and they can't agree on financial issues or even find the time to talk about them, they sometimes decide to split the bills. They say, oh, let's split the bills, right? Down the middle, or allocate in some other manner. Once the bills have been covered, each spouse can spend what's left as they see fit, but this can cause problems. Rather pool your money, pay your debts together, pay all your debts first, then decide 50-50 how you're going to spend the money. Always save money. Put money away for a rainy day. The second big problem is carrying old debts. Most people come to the altar, you come to the marriage, but you got hidden debts, you're owing people money, and the wife doesn't know or the husband doesn't know. Maybe you got gambling debts or other debts. So most people come to the marriage altar with some financial baggage. Whether it's a student debt, credit card debt, a gambling habit, or something else, maybe you're owing people money. And you don't tell your partner. So these are baggages you come with to the marriage. If one partner has more debt than the other, sparks can fly when discussions about income, spending, and debt servicing come up. People in such situations may take some solace in knowing that debts brought into a marriage stay with the person who incurred them. So if that guy came with the debts, that's his problem. If the girl comes with the debts, that's her problem. But sometimes when you have joint accounts, it can make things very nasty. And the third big problem is ignoring personality differences. Personality plays a big role. This is number 3, ignoring personality differences. Personality plays a big role in discussions and habits about money. Even if both partners are debt-free, the age-old conflict between spenders and savers. You have one partner who just wants to spend the money, the other one wants to save the money. You see, one who just throw the money away. The other one say, let's not waste the money, save the money, right? So this can cause a conflict. The age-old conflict between spenders and savers. It is important to know your money personality as well as the money personality of your partner, and to discuss these differences. Because you're going to argue, you're going to fight. I'm spending and you're saving. One is spending, one is saving. This can cause major problems. Some people are natural savers who may be viewed as cheapskates. Some are big spenders and like to throw their money away because easy come, easy go. They don't know how difficult it is to earn the money. They see little money, they just throw it and blast it. Okay, they don't know it's difficult to earn the money. Very easy to spend it, difficult to earn it. Some people are natural savers some are big spenders, and others take pleasure in shopping and buying. They just want to shop. They don't care whether they got the money or not. Just put it on a credit card. Put it on the credit card. They don't realize end of the month, you got to pay the credit card. Others, they just putting up the debt all the time. Point number 4, what causes major problems. Staging power plays, tugging at one another. Power plays often occur in one of 4 scenarios. One partner has a paid job and the other doesn't have a job. Both partners would like to be working, but one is unemployed. One partner earns considerably more than the other one. Right? This can cause a problem. Or one partner comes from a very rich family and the other one is a poor person. When one or more of the situation is present, the one who makes or has most money often decides to dictate the other person. That person, I'm the boss now. I got more money. So I decide what happens in the house. Whether it's the boy or the girl, whether it's the husband or the wife. Point number 5, which causes a problem with money, supporting a growing family. Whether and when to have children is, among much else, a financial decision. Food, clothing, shelter, little league, soccer games, cricket games, ballet classes, music classes, tuition classes. You want designer jeans. You got your matric party. You got your proms. You got your mini vans. You got your college tuition. A long list of childhood diseases, toys, books. You got so many other things that comes with children. So that's another component. Point number 6, coping with an extended family. Maybe you got elderly parents in the house. You got sick people in the house. Co-managing finances while respecting the goals, needs, and expectations of each spouse. His parents may need maybe you're staying with the in-laws. His parents need a new car. Her brother can't make the rent. His sister's husband lost a job. Now one spouse is writing a check and the other one wants to know why the money isn't being used. So now they're spending on their own family. So now that causes problems and rifts between the husband and wife. Sometimes you have suddenly a major crisis, a serious crisis, illness, or a major storm damage in your house, unexpected death, car accident, maybe you don't have insurance. This can be sudden expenses on your livelihood. Family money dynamics work the other way too. His mom will pay to fly him home for the holidays. Maybe his mother is very rich. Her mother will fund a new car because she's the one driving a Honda, not a Lexus, or not a BMW or Mercedes. Her mother buys the grandkids a very expensive gifts. The wife's mother buys very expensive gifts. The husband's family can't afford it. This can cause problems again. So the joys of a family often expand right into your wallet. So please join me in the next session on Money Matters, where we provide a few solutions on how to get money matters right, especially for young couples who are starting out in marriage. Look after yourself. Money is a relationship. Divorce is a pain. Let's try and avoid divorce. But if it's inevitable, if there are irreconcilable differences, we have no choice. Please continue supporting me. Send me your hearts. Subscribe. Share this. Share it with your friends. Everyone who's going through a divorce or contemplating marriage, or even if you are married for 100 years also. There's something we can all learn. Let's share ideas. I'm learning from you. Teach me. Give me the secrets of a successful marriage. So when I'm writing my next book, when I'm writing book number 2, this is book number 1 on marriage. So part 2, then I can put some of your ideas in there. Look after yourself, stay well.